Textbook Solutions. Published by Class 1 to 12 Textbook Solutions. Science and Hope of Survival. Questions and answers, notes, summary. Question 1. A. If you are so clever, why are you so poor? The professional addressed as you in the statement above refers more than others to A. Fill in the blank choosing the best form in the alternative below. I. Scientist. E. Lawyer. E. Doctor. IV. Businessman. The professionals addressed as you in the statement is. Answer. I. Scientist. Question 2. Read paragraph 1 and 2 carefully and fill in the blanks in the columns below. Answer. Professionals: a writer, a scientist, a lawyer. Vocation: writing, experiment. Research: arguing. Field of activity: literature, discovery, justice. Reward: appreciation, honor, money. Question 3. A few words are given below. Some of them are related to the field of business, and some are to the field of science. Maybe a couple of them related to both. Read, discuss and fill them in columns A, B and C accordingly. Answer. Wealth, profit and loss, friendship, rational thinking, advertisement, exploring nature, exploitation of nature, discover, commerce, research, playing to popular sentiments, universality. Field of science, field of business, both. Rational thinking, exploring nature. Discovery, research, universality, wealth. Profit and loss, advertisement, exploitation of nature. Commerce, playing to popular sentiments, friendship. Question 4. The writer says, I found myself in Geneva. It expresses, more than anything else, the writers, choose the right option and fill in the blank. I. Pleasure. E. Surprise. E. Anxiety. IV. Annoyance. Answer. The writer says, I found myself in Geneva. It expresses, more than anything else, the writer's surprise. Question 5. A few statements are made below. Read them and say which of them are true or false according to the text. Tick yes, no accordingly. I. The war was going on between the US and the USSR when the Geneva meeting was called. Yes, no. Answer. No. E. Everyone lived under the fear of annihilation by nuclear weapons. Yes, no. Answer. Yes. E. In the nuclear Y. The first who strikes will be the survivor. Yes, no. Answer. No. IV. The three superpowers were willing to put a ban on nuclear weapon tests. Yes, no. Answer. Yes. Question 6. Earth tremors are caused by two factors. One is the earthquake. What is the other factor? Answer. The other factor is the nuclear test. Question 7. Which of the following qualities helped the scientists to come up with a solution to the problem? Which of them did not? Put right, or, times, wrong in the boxes accordingly. Answer. Self, assessment. Self, praise, times. Popularity, times. Experience. Self, discipline. Respect for evidence. Question 8. What was the important decision that the politicians took before Geneva Summit? Answer. The important decision that the politicians took before the Geneva Summit was nuclear test ban. Question 9. Immersion in science does not go with common sense, suggests. I. Foolishness of scientists. E. Absent-mindedness of scientists. E. That scientists do not bother about the results of their work. Complete die sentence with the right choice. Answer. E. Absent-mindedness of scientists. Question 10. With whose help can the world be ready with preparedness to face the challenges that the natural calamities pose? Answer. With scientists' help, the world is ready with preparedness to face the challenges that the natural calamities pose. Question 11. Write at least the names of 3 subjects that come under the category of basic science. Answer. The 3 subjects that come under the category of basic science are physics, chemistry, and mathematics. Question 12. Who can best ensure our safety in the world? Answer. Scientists with their tools that are up to the challenge and can ensure our safety in the world. Think about the text. Question 1. The pursuit of science is an exciting adventure. Do you agree? Can you compare this with other types of adventure like the pursuit of sports? Share your views with your friends. Answer: yes, the pursuit of science is an exciting adventure. When you take up a scientific venture, you do so without knowing what the outcome is going to be. You can be in for trouble too. However, as in the case of an adventure, in the case of science, to the final outcome, if it is what you wanted to achieve, gives you immense joy. However, in the field of science, unlike sports or other adventures, the outcome is directed at the welfare of common people. Question 2. Which sentence in the text suggests that the not Thor was involved more in the theoretical research than in its application to the warcraft? Answer: the sentence in the text suggests that the author was not involved more in the theoretical research than in its application to the warcraft was in the third para. I.e., I did not give much thought to how it connects with the real life. Question 3. A paradox may refer to a person, a thing or a situation that has two opposite features and therefore seems strange. In light of this definition, how is MAD a paradox? Answer: the acronym MAD means mutually assured destruction. It's paradoxical because nations amass nuclear weapons with the argument that it's for self-defense. But if they use them by any chance, it will lead to their destruction because the enemies will use their weapons as well, and since the weapons have the capacity to destroy whole nations, the whole world may get annihilated. Question 4. What was the problem that the nuclear powers had faced? Was it a violation of the agreement or was it the detection of violation? Explain briefly. Answer: the problem faced by the nuclear powers was the possibility of breach of trust. Supposing nations sign a treaty banning nuclear explosions, and if one or the other nation breaks the bond, how would the other nations know about it? Thus the problem is both the violation of the agreement and the detection of it. Question 5. Why were the technical experts summoned by the three superpowers? Answer: the three superpowers had enough nuclear bombs to destroy others. If any one of them used, it would take only 20 minutes to reach their targets, but other side had plenty of time to reverse action against their enemy. So the three superpowers were willing to come to an agreement to solve the problem. Hence they summoned the technical experts. Question 6. In which area did Kellis Brooks' theoretical knowledge has a direct application? Answer: Kellis Brooks was doing research on the theory of seismic waves, tremors generated by an earthquake. Since underground nuclear explosions produced earth tremors very similar to those generated by earthquakes, it turned out that his knowledge of seismic waves had a direct application in the field of nuclear weapons or underground nuclear explosions. Question 7. Iron Curtain is referred to as a barrier. It was outwardly difficult for the opposite sides of the Iron Curtain to find out the solution for the problem of violation of the agreement. What was the reason? Answer: Iron Curtain was a barrier. It was difficult for the opposite sides to find out the solution. Because of the Cold War continued, the political tensions were hanging over. The scientists gave up their differences and worked together irrespective of their nationality. Question 8. How are scientists able to work in spite of political and cultural differences? Answer: according to the author, scientists should give up their cultural differences and work hard for the benefit of the whole of mankind. Scientists were able to work, based on respect to hard evidence known to be true something, and they were skillful. Question 9. Make a list of lessons that the writer learned at the Geneva Summit. Answer: the following are the important points that the writer had learned from the Geneva Summit as follows. 2. At abroad he need not feel lonely. 3. Science gives hope of survival and well-being for the whole of mankind. Question 10. Give a few examples which illustrate the writer's stand that scientists are the most practical people in the world. Answer: the writer places before the readers a number of examples from technology, industry, defense and entertainment to show that the scientists are the most practical people in the world. He says that all new technologies, all new brands of industry from defense to entertainment stem from fundamental research. Antibiotics, electronics, biotechnology, synthetic fibers, the Green Revolution, and genetic forensic diagnosis are all taken by the writer as examples of scientists being practical. Question 11. Who will be headhunted by financial institutions and pharmaceutical industries? Why? Answer: The people who trained in theoretical physics are headhunted by financial institutions. Those who trained in frontiers of biological research become founders and directors in the pharmaceutical industry. Question 12. Some statements are given below. Why or why not are they true? B. Intellectual resources help the survival of mankind. Answer. There is no assurance that money can buy everything. In fact, many problems are created by money. But intellectual resources, of which science is the most significant, can improve the quality of life. It is because of the intellectual resources that we have combated many diseases. Though man is not the fittest among all the creations of God, he is able to ensure his safety against the other powerful creatures of nature because of his intellectual resources. Basic research can help our survival by giving us new sources of energy and new mineral deposits. Basic research can also protect us against terrorism. C. Basic research is a way of stalling disasters. True. Meteorologists study the ecological changes and forewarn people about natural disasters like earthquakes, tsunamis, storms, etc. People can be evacuated from the area posed with danger. Question 13. Answer. Self-assessment. Enrich your vocabulary. Task 2. Following the example given above, fill in the blanks with correct collocations, an appropriate combination of words, choosing from those given. The government sanctioned a few crores of rupees to build a stadium in our town. The builders made rapid progress with the stadium. While the work was in progress, unfortunately, a boulder rolled down on a worker and he was injured. Immediately, he was rushed to a nearby hospital. I wished him a speedy recovery. The government took swift action against the builders. The builders made prompt payment of the bills of the hospital. Hi Summa. 5. The Joker made many gestures of goodwill in the show. 9. Make up our mind to put emphasis on good habits. Listen and comprehend. On the 18th of May 1974, India exploded its first nuclear device code-named Operation Smiling Buddha. After about a quarter century, on the 11th of May 1998, Operation Shakti was carried out. Shakti was the code name of the thermonuclear device that was exploded in Pokhran as part of Pokhran 2. Pokhran served as a test site. A total of 5 nuclear devices were detonated during Operation Shakti. Measurements confirmed that there was no release of radioactivity. Task 1. The teacher reads the passage. Listen to the teacher carefully and fill in the table as the teacher reads the passage. Rama, bye. 1. Your candle has burned out, brother, replied the stranger. 2. I do not need a lantern, he said. Darkness or light is all the same to me. 3. The blind man started off with the lantern, and before he had walked far, someone ran into him. Look out where you are going, he exclaimed to the stranger. Can't you see the lantern? Was offered a lantern to carry home with him. 2. I do not need a lantern, he said. Darkness or light is all the same to me. 3. I know you do not need a lantern to find your way, his friend replied. But if you don't have one, someone else may run into you. So, you must take it. 5. Your candle has burned out, brother, replied the stranger. Task 2. Edit and rewrite the following article written by your friend for the school magazine on rockets. Rockets carry satellites and people into space. A rocket burn fuel produce a jet of gas. The hot gas expands and is blasted downwards, causing a force to push the rocket up. The first liquid-fueled rocket is launched in 1926. It reached 12.5 m. The flight lasted 2.5 seconds. There are many kinds of rockets. Today, rockets such Ariane 5 is used to send satellites. Its size determine whether it is sent up by a small or large rocket. Task 2. V. To find out the phrase that means, to continue, thesaurus. Multiple choice questions. Question 1. Science and Hope of Survival is the prose written by. Question 2. Leo Tolstoy was a writer. Question 3. Question 4. It was 1960, the height of the. Question 5. If you are so clever, why are you so poor? Was expression. Question 6. Science is an adventure. Question 7. The author of the lesson doing his research on the theory of. Question 8. The came from the president of the Russian Academy of Sciences. Question 9. The technical experts from the Soviet Union and the United Kingdom. Question 10. At that time, every man lived under the threat of. Question 11. Strikes ensuring the destruction of their enemies only a few minutes later. MAD means A. Muting against destruction. Question 13. The problem is, how can the other powers detect the. Question 14. What saved us was a clear and obvious. Question 16. While there is the hope of survival and well-being for all of us. Question 17. The most practical people in the world. Question 18. People trained in theoretical physics or by financial institutions. Question 19. One of the man-made disasters or destruction of megacities. Question 20. Question 21. Nobody is satisfied with his wealth, everybody is satisfied with his. Question 22. Ours is the time of contest over issues not completely understood by. Question 23. Scientific research is a venture. Question 24. Only the basic research can create a for developing new disaster prepared. Less industry. Question 25. Science is their guardian and caretaker. 2. Match the following. Ands. 3. Give one word or name it. Question 1. Russian writer, author of the novel, War and Peace. Question 2. A feeling of friendship when people work together. Question 3. A move to a more important position. Question 4. A great effect on you that you feel very happy. Question 5. One of the best educators on human nature. Question 6. Unfriendly relationship between the US and the Soviet Union after the Second World War. Question 7. Something that people do not know anything about it. Question 8. Complete destruction. Question 9. Action against someone who has done something bad to you. Question 10. Making you feel that something bad is going to happen. Answer. Ominous. Question 11. A word made from the first letters of the name of any organization, e.g. MAD. Question 12. A state that continues to live or exist. Question 13. The name for the sociopolitical border that was believed to exist between Western Europe and the communist countries of Central and Eastern Europe. Question 14. Continuing to exist or happen. Question 15. The act of judging one's own behavior or character. Question 16. The knowledge or information about a subject. Question 17. Being absorbed in an activity. Question 18. The most basic or important parts of something. Question 19. Of the scientific method of finding out about the crime. Question 20. An act to find people with the right skills or experience for a particular job. Question 21. To cause pain or problem for oneself. Question 22. To make something happen very quickly. Question 23. The number equal to 1 lakh crores. Question 24. A situation in which it seems impossible to come to an agreement or disagreement. Question 25. Something that helps one to start doing something. Question 26. A new activity that involves risk. Question 27. Very useful and necessary. Question 28. He was United States National Security Advisor to Presidents John F. Kennedy and Lyndon Johnson. Answer the following questions in 2 to 3 sentences each. Question 1. In addition to war, what other man-made disasters are cited by the author? Question 2. What did the writer learn from his experience in Geneva? Question 3. How did the threat of mutually assured destruction protect the world? Question 4. Why did the scientists meet at Geneva? OR. Technical experts were summoned to solve the problem that arose. What was the problem? OR. Question 5. Why does Kailas Boric feel that science is the indispensable guardian and caretaker of humanity? Support the statement with examples. Question 6. Science is our indispensable guardian and caretaker. Support this statement with a few examples which illustrate the writer's stand. Answer the following questions in 5-6/8-10 sentences each. Question 1. When the author compares writers and scientists, what does he want to achieve? Question 2. Which are the natural and man-made disasters that threaten our civilization? OR. What are the commonly recognized threats for the survival of our civilization? Read the following extracts and answer the questions given below them. Question 1. If you are so clever, why are you so poor? Answer. Question 2. This episode taught me that as a scientist I have people all over the world who think and interact the way I do. Answer. Question 3. My theoretical knowledge had a direct application in the area of survival of humankind. Answer. Science and hope of survival summary in English.